Hello and welcome to another episode of
Popping the tin.
And we're already having fun like always. The video hasn't started and we're doing all kinds of shenanigans behind the scenes. But today we took it to a vote between Gurkha Urban Legends and Plum Rum, and you guys voted Plum Rum by a majority vote. I mean by a lot actually. I think only 2 people voted for Urban Legend and then the rest voted for Plum Rum. So that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna first pop the tin. I think I found some tools for you there, and let's do it. This Plum Rum is by Cobblestone.
It's hard.
It's a tough one.
It's a toughie. Don't worry, if you keep talking, I'll work on it.
And she will work on it, and we'll hope that thing doesn't fly up. Sometimes it does. Oh, I heard it. And
not enough.
Not enough. There we go.
There you go.
Now we got it.
Ta-da!
So again, it's by Oh, I can already smell it from here. There's something strong is in there. This is what we're reviewing, guys. Cobblestone Plum Rum. I already seen some reviews. I'm not gonna tell you.
There. Oh, is it one of those like last time?
Yeah. Remember what that was?
Almost exactly the same.
Crumble cake. We call that
cake.
crumble cake. Some people.
Here.
Sometimes they spell it with both K's and sometimes with C, but it should be with C, obviously.
Ooh, it smells
I'll grab one.
It's very smoky. Very good
Wow,
smell.
another one that has
Smells just like last week.
another one that has that larakia thing.
It has that smell. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna read and we're gonna tell you what it says it has, but this is what it comes. It comes in little crumble cakes like this. You are right. It's very similar to the other one.
I think this one may be a little lighter, if I remember correctly.
In color, you mean?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Well, let's see what it has, and I'm gonna crumble it up in here.
All right, so let's read this.
All right.
A thoughtfully complex, balanced mixture is pressed into a crumble cake for a very special limited blend. Burley, bright Virginias, and black Cavendish compose a lively foundation, grassy and woody, with a hint of brown sugar, atop which a bit of smoky latakia harmonizes with spicy and sweet aged rum. The top flavor is subtle, uniting the profile without diminishing the natural tobacco notes. That was a mouthful.
I know. So it crumbles easier than the one we did last week, which was eccentric.
It didn't have a lot of.
That one was, we're gonna call it slightly dry. That's what we did last time, because if we say dry, it means that it's so dry that. But that's not the case.
No,
there's something in there.
There's a little bit still.
But
it's a little moist.
Yeah,
just a little bit. It's like they spray a little bit of moisture on there.
very, very little.
Very seldom.
So maybe tiny moisture.
It feels about the same as last week's.
Yes. Yeah,
It does. I think that last week's was a little bit stronger.
So
this is more like.
Now last week's didn't have any topping, remember?
Yes.
Now this one is supposed to have, you already read there, a rum topping and brown sugar.
Yes.
So we'll see. Let's see. Anything now that it's all crumbled up in the smell? So we're gonna go with
I can smell a little bit the rum, and I think that's probably what has toned it down a little bit with the.
So you still have that campfire smell.
But it's a little bit more subtle, it's a little bit softer.
Did you smell the alcohol actually?
Yeah, a little bit, not a lot. I think that's what kind of toned down the.
Oh, okay. Actually, I did smell it at the end. At the end, yes.
No, it's not. It's not.
Did you smell the alcohol actually?
Yeah, a little bit, not a lot. I think that's what kind of toned down the.
Oh, okay. Actually, I did smell it at the end. At the end, yes.
No, it's not. It's not immediately, because you cannot sense it immediately.
And your nose is better than mine. But wow, okay, very subtle in there. Okay.
Yes.
And the moisture we said just slightly moist. So we're gonna try the room note. I'm using this pipe. It is a free-form pipe. I've used it before. Kind of talked about it here before. And for you, I picked a Duke Dr. Graybo.
I think you picked it because I'm wearing red
Yeah,
today.
I did.
I'm lady in red.
Yeah, and so I said, remember she has a red pipe there, and it's a filter pipe. It's a
Awesome.
6 millimeter, not the 9 millimeter. It's a 6 millimeter smaller, and I put a brand new one in there.
Thank you.
The pipe actually came with those old paper filters, and so I switched it with a Savinelli 6 millimeter and see how that does. Last time you smoked it with the other one, so.
Yes.
All right, well, let's fire it up. I hope everybody's doing well this week.
Hope it lights up fast.
There you go.
Just finished Christmas and headed into St. Valentine's.
Yeah.
Just like that. It's like they don't give you a break. I think I demanded they switch it for a little later. Because you kind of broke.
You already have your little Valentine trees and everything.
I
here.
do. I do.
You're ready. We're having a hard time figuring out what to put at the front of the door, because usually it's like an in between.
Yeah, I just don't want to keep on collecting wreaths and things for every occasion. Don't have place to put it anyway. So.
All right, you get anything from the room note?
Not yet.
Right in my face, I smell the campfire. I'm not smelling anything sweet so far.
It is not as smoky as last week's. It's less smoky. And, now, there we go, because you probably will puffing it the opposite way. I couldn't smell anything. There we go. No, it's a little bit softer than last week. I can say.
The room note is not as strong as
no, it's not that strong. Still, I would say, still an outside smoke because it's very campfire goes outside, correct? I think this one does too, as well.
Okay, you can start preparing yours there.
Alrighty.
It reminds me a lot about the one last week.
It does.
This one lit up a little bit faster. Now I'm tasting a little bit, but again, really, really, really subtle, guys. If you are expecting, we'll see, we're gonna smoke it longer, but because it says plum rum, something like sweet like an aromatic, I can tell this is not gonna be it. This is there's a little tiny sweetness, but it's very, very mild, so nothing like an aromatic.
Very superficial.
Yeah, well, it's like I can taste it actually, almost like right here. Yeah, but it's not like with aromatics you quickly you taste it. No, not this one.
So are you saying that they blend it well?
Well, and the topping is not very, very strong. It's very subtle, like you said on the thing you read.
How are you liking it so far?
I like it actually. It's soft. It's not. If I were to, it's not lighting up as good as it was at the beginning. If I didn't read that name, and they just gave me this to smoke it, my first impression of it would be, well, that's a good smoke. But in my mind, I think it's sticking that plum rum that I'm expecting something sweet.
Oh.
So
okay.
I'm not, and I'm not getting it.
There's no sugar in there.
There's no sugar.
They didn't give him any sugar.
I wanted more sugar. No, actually, this, but we'll see. But so far, I like the product. The other thing in my mind when I see plum rum is I'm thinking plum pudding, which is one of the ones, the one with the bourbon. It's one of my favorite ones. So I'm a little biased because I'm already thinking those things.
I'm just trying to light it up. I just lit it up I just taste chemicals.
Okay, and yours is chemically okay.
I'm gonna keep on giving him the benefit of the doubt that
Oh, the taste is good on this one, and then I'll let you try my bite, but I like the taste.
I'm not giving up.
Now, like I said, if you go in here thinking you're gonna have all these tastes just kind of hit you
No.
in the face, I think you're gonna be disappointed. So we changed our scenario here. Tell us how you like this. We changed the place uh, from the uh, from the Star Wars rooms to the living room. I think I matched with that painting behind me. Where does the painting begin and where does flat cap end? Still has a little mild little a hint of the sweetness. Very, very, very subtle.
Yeah, I taste no sweet.
What do you taste on yours? Is it still chemicals or peppery or what?
No, not peppery at all. It's just a little bit of chemical. You know, like when I tasted that hummus,
Mm-hmm.
and then I bought a different brand,
And
there was this lingering. It was exactly the same hummus that with no flavors, anything, just original.
But one had that aftertaste that
And
you
one
didn't like.
had that aftertaste that I was like, no, I'm not putting that in my mouth. Just like I left the thing there. And I don't like to waste money, but there was no way in heck I could eat that one because that specific brand, I don't know what they did to it. They did something to this that I'm like not liking it. I don't taste the sweet in there at all. And my first experience was
Let's switch.
chemicals, so I was
Let's
not.
switch.
Yours is a little warm.
You have been puffing and huffing.
Yours come out faster through this one. I guess is the holes bigger? Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Way bigger.
Because yours has a filter. I don't taste the sweetness as much as I do with that one.
Not at all.
The same? Any difference between the pipes?
No.
I,
You can tell what I'm gonna give
I,
it. This
I,
one.
I think I know what you're gonna give it on this one. Here you go.
I need some water.
So we're gonna smoke it for a little more, and we'll be right back.
It's a little better on this one.
Okay. Well, what do you notice?
Let me see if I survive when we.
So what do you notice right away before you forget? Like what when you switch from one to the other? Tell me.
Stronger on that one.
In stronger in terms of the chemical taste, stronger in terms of what?
I think the chemical taste was a little bit stronger on this one, but it was at the very beginning that I got that. But it just didn't leave. I was expecting it to just go somewhere else and just leave. It didn't go nowhere. And then with that one, there's more smoke coming out because it's bigger, and there's no relief with that one. I can find a break from that. And on this one, it's just not. I'm not impressed. I'm so sorry.
All right.
We lost somebody. They're gonna hate me, but
That's all right. So we're gonna smoke it for a little longer, see if it changes, and then we'll be back to give you our verdict. And we are back. If you notice, I'm still smoking,
and I quit.
Someone's not.
Oh,
Well, tell me what you were saying. I mean, for me, it just feels rough, some rough edges. And what were you saying about the topping?
I said actually it feels. If have you ever seen that movie, The Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a clash of something in there that is not harmonious with the other ingredients that we're putting together. Something in there should have been removed.
Take that out.
Take it out. I don't know what it is. I think it probably could be the rum.
Even the refrigerator is complaining.
Even the fridge is coming and said, "Don't smoke that again." Last week, what was it?
Eccentric. Sorry.
Eccentric sounds good.
Eccentric.
It was good because they didn't put any of those toppings and you couldn't feel. But this has something in there that there's that chemical. It's just clashing. It just doesn't fit. Doesn't go well. Like that puzzle was put together with glue because it just doesn't. It's clashing. I'm gonna give her. Am we ready for some something?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Well, I guess they already know.
In the room note, we gave it, an outside smoke. Of course, not all that. You haven't smelled anything other than campfire or smoke.
No, actually, it's not an atomic bomb. It's not at all. No.
And in the flavor, I'm gonna say, it has some flavors in there, and unfortunately, there is an aftertaste there, and I can't put my hands on it, but I can tell the difference right away between Eccentric and this one. Eccentric, the Latakia was in front. It was very smooth and tasty and just tobacco. And where this one, you get the tobacco, but there is something else in there that just kind of...
It is a smooth smoke.
Yeah.
But it has a bad taste.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. If you can eliminate whatever it is that is hindering the blend, you will have a successful blend. But I don't know what that chemical taste is coming from, but the ingredients are clashing.
Yeah. And we know the palates are different, so if for some reason in your palate that extra taste, you happen to like it, then of course this is going to work for you. In our palate or a pH of our tongue or whatever that it was added, it's just not clashing very well. And it just leaves a lingering aftertaste that just kind of is not as enjoyable.
You have to acquire a taste for this particular blend. Unfortunately, it did not work for me. Maybe somebody else, but me, no. I would not put it on my rotation. I don't want to smoke it again as long as they still have those ingredients in it.
All right, so thumbs up, thumbs down. 1, 2, 3.
They're surprised.
Yeah.
They're in shock.
Yeah, they're in shock. Yeah. And you go first. Give it your star since you were ready to give it something. So I'll let you go first.
I'm just gonna give it a 2 for effort. They almost had it. It was like the almost winner. You almost had it, but you missed with something in there. I don't know. You need to figure it out.
Yeah.
It is a smooth smoke. However, because of the bad taste, it's discouraging to continue to smoke it. I tried it, and tried a different pipe. It's not the pipe. Is actually the blend. I gave it all the opportunities that I could probably give it. It's beautiful. It looks good. I was kind of looking forward to it. Unfortunately, the toppings kind of ruined it for me.
And it started good for me. I'm gonna give it 2.5 just because it started good, and I'm getting a little bit of that sweetness. That brown sugar, I know it's doing something.
I didn't taste no sugar.
Yeah.
I was just so focused probably on that bitter whatever taste that was, that I was just I couldn't taste the sugar. I just wanted it out. just don't do it anymore.
I did get it in the beginning, and as I smoked it more, it got lost, and then suddenly I might get a little bit of it again. So that's why I'm gonna give it 2.5, just a little above what you gave it. But it's the one that I like, that I would like in my rotation. I don't think so. There's so many others that I enjoy so much more. Just the one we did last week, Eccentric, which almost looks exactly the same.
I know. That was in my mind. Maybe that also had a a play in it was that you were expecting, oh wait a minute, that was kind of good. Maybe this is going to be the same, and then you were like, oh no.
Yeah.
But still, I have to say that the lingering taste was, the chemical taste was not good.
Yes, the topping exactly. So
whatever
I feel like it's the eccentric with a topping that just didn't work for us. So if you like this,
it's like a cake that you put spinach on it. You're like, take that out.
well, sometimes some of those frosting, I don't know if you ever had a frosting. All I can think of is this blue frosting I had one time that after the sweetness came this other taste.
Oh, those coloring things.
Yeah, the coloring, exactly.
Yes.
That just, and I like sweets, but that coloring just messes it up. I almost wish, just don't put that because the sweet one was good. Same here, there's a little bit of sweetness I got, but then, you know, all this other aftertaste or whatever they did to bind it together kind of didn't work with my tongue. And no tongue bite, but just a lingering aftertaste.
Yeah, there was no peppery situation. No, none of that. None of that.
And I mean, even though it was puffing, it didn't get hot, like, you know. So it's you can tell there's not a lot of that topping.
Did it change through the transition from the very beginning to the end?
Yeah.
Was it way better than it kind of somewhat?
No,
you didn't change it.
The problem was that it started at the beginning. Actually, I was liking it. You know, softness. It almost felt like the eccentric. I even got a little bit of that sweetness.
It went away quick.
And then it went away. And then that aftertaste started hitting more and hitting more and hitting more. And then for a little bit, I got the sweetness, and I'm like, oh yes, it's coming. When that it just went away. So as always, I try and I smoke it later just to see, give it a try. But just from everything else that I've tried, you know, we've done, actually, we're about to do our top 5. So we're gonna go over everything that we went in 2022 and kind of pick our favorites. And after doing so many of them, I think right away, there's very few that I change my mind later. They just don't do it for me at the beginning. They just don't do it for me 2 weeks from now. So I always give it a shot, but the winners, I kind of taste them right away. So sorry, this is not one of them. Sorry for this Cobblestone. There might be other good ones, but in our opinion, the Plum rum, you know, has a little bit of that mixture of tastes there, but there's something in the aftertaste that just didn't do it.
It just put us off a little bit.
Yeah,
or a lot.
So we'll do next week, unless something else comes new. And actually, it might be the Mirkwood from Country Squire, which, if you guys have heard, they're actually going to stop their podcast. They're going to get to their 500th podcast in March, and that will be their last. But they're still a store and blending. They blend their own tobacco, and they made one called Mirkwood. Someone's gonna send that one to me, and if that one arrives, I'll probably do that one before Gurkha Legends. But you know what, I'm gonna listen to you guys. If you vote for this one over Mirkwood, I'll do this one next. If not, then Mirkwood will be the next one, since Gurkha Urban Legends did not get very many votes. So that was it.
That's it.
I hope you guys got something from it, and hope this helps you make your decision. You know, if it's you heard the components, if the components you like and you want to give it a try, go ahead and give it a try. If your tastes are similar to ours, then you got our opinion. It wasn't our favorite for sure.
Yeah, unfortunately. And with that, we would like to say goodbye. Subscribe if you like the content, and see you next week.
Next week, or you were trying to do some of this like maybe every other week, so that way you guys have enough time to see.
So we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Say it, guys.
Bye.
Bye.